Hello, everyone. This is author, motivational speaker, and dating coach Matthew C. Horn, and I'm bringing you a video tonight titled "What Dating with Intentionally Actually Gets Her." I have a lot to cover, man. Stick around for this one. You're going to like it. My videos in the dating space, they're brought to you by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, in addition to How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at www.matthewchorne.com. Get your copies. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and to push me up the algorithm. Thank you for my new subscribers. I see you. Thank you for your contributions, and I want to keep these videos coming for you. But with no further delay, I'm getting right to it. What dating with intention actually gets her. When a woman makes the proclamation that she's dating with intention, it's a desperate plea that lets the world know I have not become a match for what I really want. It's a desperate plea that lets the world know that I'm still projecting the trauma from the men who I wanted things with that did not want them for me. And you never want to lead with the phrase, I'm dating with intention, because as an inspirational woman, you don't have to make a proclamation. You are the proclamation. So this could be kind of like, looked at as a follow-up to my video that I did, how dating with intention leads directly to divorce, but it's not quite a follow-up, but it's in the same vein as that. And quality men see right through this when you say that you're dating with intention. Dating with intention essentially means that I'm going to hold my poothie hostage until you give me a relationship. That's what dating with intention really means. I'm not going to do anything physical with you until you give me what I want. It's a manipulative ploy that only works on low quality, undesirable men. I'll say it again. It's a manipulative ploy that only works on low quality, undesirable men. Because the desirable men that you really want have options. They have sexual options. And they're not going to engage into an interaction with you if there's no physical intimacy. That's just the bottom line. So dating with intention, it's a desperate and hollow proclamation. And once again, it just lets the world know that I have not become a match for what I really want. I've been dealing with men who, on a sexual basis, who haven't given me what I want. So I'm going to hold my poothie hostage until men give me what I want. That's what dating with intention, the proclamation, really means, and it's hollow. It's baseless, and a quality man, once again, can see right through it. But I'm making this video because in my line of work, I do my share of book signings, and I have my share of conversations with women who are getting a little bit older, because those are the women who are making the proclamation that they're dating with intention. It starts at about 28. It really kicks in at about 34, 35. And then as the years progress, the proclamation becomes bolder and stronger. But the quality man is going to see right through that, because you can't leverage your vagina against a man who has options for sex. You can't leverage it. It's a very low-hanging fruit tool to leverage against a quality man that's desirable, because he has options. So you try to leverage this against a man that actually has options, and he's just going to disappear. He's gone. You can't have the residue of low-quality men in your life. Meaning, if you had children, or you've had relationships and no one has really chosen you for marriage, then you can't all of a sudden say, hey, I'm just going to make a proclamation. I'm not going to work on myself. I'm not going to become desirable. I'm not going to become someone who you really want to be with. I'm just going to make a proclamation. It's going to magically bring this attractive, desirable man into my presence. He's going to laugh at you and he's going to leave. I'm here to tell you the truth. If you want somebody to lie to you so you can stay in the same condition, I suggest Derek Jackson's channel. He'll tell you all the lies you want to hear, And you're going to stay in the same exact place that you were before you started listening to him. He's going to make you feel good as you age out of the game. Over here, I tell the truth because I actually want to see you get the men that you really want. And so I'm coming at you from the perspective of the quality man. And I'm making this video tonight because I've been having these conversations with these 30-something-year-old women, 40-something-year-old women, and they're all dating with intention. And so I'll tell you about two of the women that I recently encountered and the outcomes that dating with intention actually got them. So woman number one, 36, pretty, gorgeous, in shape, and no children, and, came at me with the dating with intention as we had our conversation. And as we got deeper into the conversation, she told me about the last man that she dated. And so the last man that she dated, she got into a relationship, and I could read in between the lines. It was relatively quickly. And then she began a sexual relationship with him because she told him that essentially you're not going to get this poothie unless we're in a relationship. And so what ended up happening was the guy made a mistake. He was dating another woman, sent this woman the pictures of the other woman that he was on a date with that wanted the pictures, and didn't realize that he messed up. And that was the end of the relationship from her. She ended everything because she saw that he supposedly committed to her based on dating with intention, but he still was openly dealing with other women unbeknownst to her because he saw right through her. And I'm not saying he was right, because as a solid man, you're going to be straight up with women, and I'll address that a little later in the video. But she got duped because dating with intention is just a manipulative ploy, and she thought that she could get what she wanted by leveraging her poothie, but that man was just as manipulative as her and gave her what she wanted and got the poothie and still was going after everything that he wanted because she was not a full representation of what he wanted, because she had not become the woman that he wanted to pair with, but she made a proclamation. Dating with intention is low-hanging fruit, and it sets you up to be manipulated because you're going to find men who are just as manipulative as you are, because you haven't become a match for what you want. And you're just making a proclamation thinking that it's magically going to bring this quality man singularly into your space. Not looking around you, not wanting other women, but singularly in your space, and it doesn't happen that way. You have to give the man the experience that he wants in order for him to commit to you the way that you want. And making a baseless and manipulative proclamation of dating with intention is only going to get you manipulative men. So let's enter conversation number two. Conversation number two was with a woman, as I remember, I'm guessing late 30s, 40s. And she was telling me about her last relationship. And in her last relationship, or just her overall experience with guys, she was telling me that guys would get into relationships with her, and then at a certain mark, they would just say, oh, this was a little more intense than what I was looking for. So they were playing games with her. They got what they wanted. They got enough of what they wanted. They saw she was a woman that they didn't want to pair themselves with. And then they hit her with the manipulation and saying, oh, this is a little more than what I signed up for. Even though he told her, yes, I'm dating with intention as well. I want to get into a relationship. But then they seemingly and manipulatively and falsely got into a relationship with her just to get what they wanted. And after they got enough of what they wanted, they dipped. And that was the escape clause, was, oh, this is getting a little too serious for me. And unbeknownst to her, he was dealing with other women sexually the entire time, because all he wanted was that poothie. Because once you say I'm dating with intention, you're leveraging your poothie. And a quality man does not care about your poothie. A quality man that's attractive and has things going for himself has access to poothie. So you can't leverage something that's low quality like your poothie, because that pales in comparison of the qualities that he needs from you in order to see you as a woman that he can pair himself with. So your superpowers are not your poofy that you're dangling in front of the man's face and telling him that he has to get into a relationship to access. Your qualities are developing your qualities. Your power is in developing your qualities. Quality men have access to sex, so they don't care about your poofy. And they're going to disappear as soon as you try to leverage it, because they're not going to stick around for something, especially with an older woman, that he can readily get from a younger woman. And that's just the reality of it. Please don't take this the wrong way, but your poofy has no power over a quality man, because he has the consistent experience of women giving him poofy. So if that's the best thing that you have to offer, and that's the best thing that you have to leverage is your poofy, then you're showing every quality man that you're a low quality woman. And I'm just a messenger. Don't take this the wrong way, because I'm actually here to tell you how to get a quality man. So when you meet the quality man, it's okay to let him know that your end game and your desire is to ultimately be into a relationship or a marriage, but that you're willing to go through the natural progressions for you two to figure out if that's something that you both want from each other. That's the best way to introduce what you want to a man, instead of making a hollow proclamation that you're dating with intention. That's the best proclamation to make, is just say, hey, I have to take a hard look at you. You have to take a hard look at me. We're attracted to each other, and let's see where this goes. Because that man, see, this is what dating with intention gets you, okay? It gets you an unattractive man who's going to actually wait you out and stick with you. Because that's what dating with intention, that's what you really want, is a man to stick it out with you and get into a relationship and progress into a marriage. But it's going to get you a man that doesn't have any options. That's what it's going to get you. A unattractive, lower quality man that doesn't have any sexual options. That's the only man that's going to wait to engage in sex with you. That's the only man that you can manipulate into a relationship, dangling your pootie in front of him. An unattractive man that you really don't want, and you're going to look at him and you're going to get tired of him. And you're either going to break up with him or you're going to divorce him. So that's what dating with intention actually gets you, a low quality man. Or it gets you a slick manipulator of a man. The slick manipulator of the man is going to hear what you say, understand what he has to do to get the poothie. Because you're leveraging the poothie, and he's going to do what he needs to do while you're in a relationship with him and he's not in a relationship with you. And evidence in the two examples of the stories I gave. Both men played the same exact game. See, the thing about a manipulator has to manipulate because they have not become a match for what they really want in life. It's only two ways to acquire what you really want in life. You either do the work on yourself and become a match for what you want. That's how you get it and keep it. Or you take the shortcut and manipulate your way to what you want, and that's how you lose it. I'll say it again. A manipulator is just taking a shortcut. That's all they're doing. They're taking a shortcut to get what they want. And so the manipulator, all they're going to do, instead of becoming a match for what they want, so they don't have to make hollow proclamations like dating with intention, they're going to dangle the poothie in front of men and try to manipulate them into a relationship, back them down because they're desperate, because they're getting older and they haven't been able to pin down the men that they really wanted. That's the manipulative aspect of dating with intention. And all that's going to attract, once again, is manipulative men that are going to play with you just like you're playing with them. And that's how the game goes. That's how the game goes. But when you're dealing with an attractive man, your Puthie is not special. What's special to him is the connection, the experience that he can have with you. That's what's going to inspire him to want to engage in a relationship with you that could lead to a marriage. And that's what dating with intention, that's the end game, is to get into a quality relationship with a quality man that can lead to marriage. But you have to show up as an inspirational woman. And that's what's missing with the overabundance of women making these proclamations that they're dating with intention. What's missing is that you have to develop yourself into the person that can give the man the experience that inspires him to want to go down the road of a relationship and a marriage with you. So instead of manipulating and making the proclamation, let him know by not making proclamations like dating with intention. Just say, hey, I'm in your space and let's see where we go. That means you have confidence within yourself and the person you develop yourself into, that you're desirable. Inspirational women gamble on themselves. Low quality women make low quality proclamations that only resonate with low quality men. So you want to make sure that you become an inspirational woman. Learn from every experience that you go through. Stare at yourself and understand how you can become better, whether that's counseling, seeing a mental health professional, psychologist, whatever it takes. You have to do the work to become the inspirational woman that is a match for the high quality man that you really want. Because a high quality man is not moved by Puthie. He's moved by the experience that you give him based on the person that you've become. And it's really that simple. So the only outcome of making the proclamation of dating with intention, the only outcome is to get a low quality man who's not attractive, or to get a low quality man who's a manipulator, even if he is attractive. That's all you're going to get. And I want to bring this home. I don't want to make this video too long. Some of you have been watching the Balloon Pop show, and I'm one of those people. I've been checking it out. And I recently saw a follow-up show to two people who actually matched on the Balloon Pop show. One was a girl who was probably, I would look at her and say she was in her I say no older than 36. And the other guy who matched with her, he was probably 38, 39. He was pushing 40. And he was taller, decently attractive, a lame. He was a straight up lame. And some of you all maybe saw the episode. So the follow-up was them bringing, the show brought those two people back together and said what happened, and the woman was explaining that she was busy and the guy flew himself out to see her, and was they went to Martha's Vineyard, and mind you, this man is fronting the bill the entire time. And his gripe with her was that he never was able to have sex with her. And she told him in the beginning she's dating with intention, meaning that I'm not going to have sex with you until we get married. So she was getting older, and she was leveraging that Puthie and thinking that it would get her a quality man. And he was laying in bed with her. She's giving him massages and all that other stuff. And he was complaining of the lack of intimacy, because his goal was to engage with her in an intimate manner. And in so many words, he danced around it. He was very frustrated. He had an energy of sexual frustration that you can pick up on as a man. And a month went by, and then he finally just closed the door, and he complained. But let me show you how the manipulation worked in that particular scenario. The man said, even when women say that, I'm used to being the exception. Now, he was lying and he was manipulating, because there's no way you're going to spend thousands of dollars and wait on a woman and travel with her and travel to see her, and she's not giving you intimacy. And you do this over the course of a month. So he was trying to project himself as this hyper, alpha, sexually attractive man, but his actions were contrary to the proclamation that he made. So he was a manipulator. He really didn't have the options that he proclaimed that he had, or else there's no way in the world that he would have engaged with her when she said that I'm going to wait till marriage until I give a man sex. And to chase her around for a month and spend thousands of dollars. He's an undesirable man masquerading as a sexually attractive man. So he was a manipulator. And then she says, I'm not giving this Poothie up until I get married. And so she was manipulative in that as well, because she essentially said that she was dating with intention. And what did it get both of them? Nothing. Nothing at all. There's no way that this woman who says she's going to make a man wait till marriage in her late 30s, mid to late 30s, quality men, attractive men who have access to younger women, number one, and who have access to sex on a regular basis, it's no way in the world that they're going for that. Let's just call it what it is. So she's just going to age out of the game until she realizes that when she meets a quality man, that she's going to have to break bread with him. She's going to have to engage in some sort of sexual activity with him if he's going to stick around, because that man has sexual options. So she's put herself in her own purgatory of dealing with low quality men like the man that she dealt with. And him, on the other hand, he's in his own purgatory because he sees himself as this sexually attractive man, but the results in his life don't align with the proclamation that he's making. Because once again, if he really was getting it on a regular basis like he said, and he's the quote unquote exception, then there's no way in the world you wait around for a month with a woman and spend money and, call yourself, oh, I like a challenge. Sexually attractive men don't engage in challenges. Sexually attractive men eat the platter of food that's regularly delivered to them. Food is delivered on a platter to a sexually attractive man. And all you women, you have to be honest with yourselves. You want a sexually attractive man. You want a very attractive man who has something going for himself. Most women have to settle for one or the other. They're getting an attractive man who doesn't have anything going for himself. So that's the man that's your late night buddy right there, that you can't show off to your friends because he doesn't have anything going for himself. And that just comes with an expiration date. That's what comes with, making that proclamation of dating with intention. You get a late night buddy, or you get a man that has everything going for himself, but he's just not sexually attractive. And that's how you end up in a sexless marriage that leads to the divorce. So when you're meeting this whole man that you really want, the sexually attractive man that actually has something going for himself, that you can build a life with and that you can trust, then you cannot hold your Poothie hostage with this guy, because you desire him, but get out of the narcissistic mindset and understand that other women desire him as well. And you're going to have to engage in something sexual with him. And that's just the way it is. Quality men are not waiting for sex. So you can throw all of that dating with intention out of the window if you want to pair yourself with a quality man. It's a gamble you're going to have to take. Even if things don't work out, you have to look back at your past and see the men that you've procreated with, and just understand that you've given that Poothie up to a lot of low quality men in your life, especially if you're older. You've had all kinds of sex, and the sexually attractive men, you can't beguile them. You can't manipulate them. Like they know your sexual past without you saying it. They can look at the evidence in your life, whether you have children or whether you've dated multiple guys, over the years. You had sex with those guys. You can't just all of a sudden say, hey, I'm going to move differently because I want a different result. It doesn't work that way. You become different so you can get a different result. You become an inspirational woman. And that's really the only way that you're going to pin down a quality man. So you have to get away from all of that dating with intention. It's the new thing, and it's sending quality men packing just as fast as they can. They're not waiting around. And so you're going to have to understand that even if things don't work out with this guy, if he's showing consistency and he has the qualities that you like, then the natural course of action for two people who are attracted to each other is to engage in sex, man. Let's just call it what it is. And you can't hold it hostage. You can't hold it over his head. He's gone. And so you have to live with the reality that this may work out or it may not work out. And even if it doesn't work out, just remember all the low quality men that you gave that Poothie to. Remember the men who you procreated with who weren't worth a damn. And that's a risk you're going to have to take. But if you think that you're going to date with intention, have a sexually attractive man that you desire, who desires you, and he's in your space, he's interested. If you think you're going to hold that over his head, you are sadly mistaken. He's going to be gone just as fast as he came. And the only remnants of men that are left are unattractive men who have no options, that are waited out with you, or quality men, or not quality men, but attractive men who are just going to give you what you want so they can get what they want. And once they had enough of it, they're gone. So I hope that you understand how baseless of the proclamation of dating with intention actually is. It's a manipulative ploy, and the only people who manipulate are people who have not become a match for what they actually want. But the people who become a match for what they really want in life, they don't have to make a proclamation. They're recognizable to the kind of people that they've elevated themselves to have access to. They're recognizable to the people that they've elevated themselves to have access to. Elevated people don't make proclamations, they are the proclamation. So I want you to remember that. And if you're really a match for what you want, then typically inspirational women are in relationships and in marriages. That's what they're in. These women aren't out here making proclamations. They're showing up in men's lives, giving the men the exact experience that the quality man is giving to them. That's where your power is. It's not in holding your poothie above a man's head and holding it for ransom for a relationship. That's a low quality move. The high quality women, the inspirational women, they're getting the men that they want. So you want to focus on becoming an inspirational woman, a recognizable woman to the kind of man that you want, as opposed to making the hollow proclamation of dating with intention. That's it. Said enough. This has been Matthew C. Horne, author, motivational speaker, and dating coach, bringing you a video tonight titled, What Dating with Intention Actually Gets Her. It's been brought to you by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, in addition to How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at my website, www.matthewchorne.com. Get your copies. There's much more in these books than what I said tonight. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Help me to continue to be pushed up the algorithm so I can continue to share these true messages with you. I have no fluff here. I told you where to go if you want the fluff and the lies. It's not here. You're going to get the truth here. If this video has been of value to you, if you know that your thought processes have been elevated as a result of encountering my message tonight, drop something in my donation information that's in my description. Help me to continue to go so I can continue to bring this real content to you. And if you know that you could benefit from coaching from someone like me, Matthew C. Horne, author, motivational speaker, and dating coach, email me at matt@matthewchorne.com, and we'll set up the consultation to get you moving in the direction of the favorable and desirable outcomes that you want in the dating space. I've enjoyed spending some time with you on this one. I hope that you think it through, maybe watch it again if you need to, but I gave you the blueprint that is going against the deceptive and manipulative phrase of dating with intention. And I made it clear what that gets you. I'll be back with you very soon with some more videos. Continue to tune in, comment, like, share, and subscribe. I'll engage with you, and that's pretty much it. See you soon.